Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Trey Burke. How's it going?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Also, good to catch up with you again. It's been a while since I've talked to you, probably
Yes,
since
sir.
Ohio. I know you have a lot of things planned for this year, but I know you were at the Chili Bowl this past weekend. First, just off, how was it, and then we'll get to your other plans, which also relate to that.
Well, the Chili Bowl was nice. It was my first official run at it, and it was really good. We had a small mix-up in the heat race, which kind of set us back on our preliminary night. Thankfully, though, the entire Sarf family was able to, help us put the car back together, and we made some good laps. We came through the C. Should have probably came through the B as well, but just some unfortunate yellow flags kind of halted our progress for the night. And then we would resume on Saturday in about the mid pack of the F. Nothing crazy. Track prep didn't really go our way, which that's how it is. That's the Chili Bowl. So it was good. Great first experience. I definitely learned a lot. For sure, different than the sprint cars that I'm used to driving. So it was nice.
Yeah. So let's talk about what your plans are for this year. I know you're going to be doing some dirt and some pavement, which means USAC Silver Crown Series.
Yes. Yep. While we were actually at the Chili Bowl, we sat down with Davey Hamilton and finalized everything, all the paperwork, and we will be running with him for the entire 2023 Silver Crown dirt and pavement. We'll get the whole thing.
Yeah. So that's to be partnered up with him and everything there. That's what is that like to just be a part of this and kind of experience a lot of this stuff.
It's great. Obviously, I'm going to be, slightly nervous as any person would be, but I know the history of Silver Crown. I know, Davey Hamilton, all of his equipment is top tier. He's not just somebody that's here to make laps. He's here to win. And that is nice for me personally because I can get in the car with confidence knowing that, he wants us to all do good. Everybody as a team wants to perform, and I think it'll just make a really great year.
Yeah. So just looking forward to some of the tracks that you're going to be running. What do you think about just all the things that you're going to do?
I'm really looking forward to the dirt miles, DeCoin, or even Terre Haute, not a half mile, all the bigger dirt tracks. I'm really looking forward to. I think it'd be nice to get back into kind of what I grew up on. Of course, I do have some laps out at IRP with the pavement midget, the USF car as well. So it'll be interesting to kind of notch off another car for that track.
I know that the path that you want to take is you could have. I know you spent some time in the road to Indy. You also made just you this year, past year, you made your NASCAR debut in the Truck Series at Mid Ohio. But just kind of talk about where you want to go. What's next? Like, I know that this is leading into something bigger, and it sounds like NASCAR is the way you want to go.
Yep. NASCAR is looking like the preferred route for sure. I know that we're doing really good on building the good relationships that we need to with certain teams, team owners, and then even the NASCAR series itself on what they need from us. Obviously, nobody can just hop into the truck series to run it full time. You have to, kind of do some things to work your way there, which is part of the reason we're running Silver Crown in the first place. So it's nice, and I'm looking forward to it.
You're also going to be doing some. Do you have any other plans this year regarding NASCAR, or could we see you in an ARCA car at some point this year?
It is very likely that at some point throughout the year you'll see me between ARCA and possibly trucks as well. I can't tell you which ones, which races, which events, and how many, but do know that it is in the works and good progress is being made towards that, in those races.
Yeah. Just kind of talk about, this is kind of like the first time we've had you. Well, this is the first time we've had you on this podcast and stuff, but just kind of talk about how you kind of got into racing.
For sure. I'm a fourth generation racer, started with my great grandfather and moved to my grandfather and father. Um, and I started racing when I was 8 years old. So this year will be my 10th year racing. And we started on the dirt path from junior sprints to A class. When I was about 13, 14, we moved up into sprint cars. Did that. We won the National Rookie of the Year, which would put me at the youngest ever for that. Then the following year, we would start to kind of lean towards the road racing and the road to Indy with the Lucas Oil School of Racing, which was super helpful. Kind of taught me everything I needed to know. And then the next 2 years would be doing USF with an Indy Pro race and a NASCAR truck race mixed in.
Yeah. So let's kind of talk about best race moments that you've had throughout your career.
Ooh, put me on the spot like that. Okay,
I like,
best moments.
yeah,
Best moments. I mean, I'm gonna have to say the truck. I think that, that was especially probably qualifying at Mid Ohio. That place is notorious in the rain as itself that
yeah,
it's a hard track. It's a hard track in the dry. It's extremely hard in the wet. And I believe we qualified 16th out of 32. I think we split the field. So being able to do that in my first laps pretty much, and then it was raining. It was awesome. I had no expectations going in there, and just to do that for the team and myself was super awesome.
yeah. When you're not racing or getting ready for a race, what are you doing?
Oof. Well, currently I'm a senior in high school, so the most of my day, about half of it probably, is finishing up the classes that I need. Depending on my work schedule, I do work at a go-karting place part-time, just get some cash on the side. Got to make rent somehow, and hanging out with friends, girlfriend. I like to, I'll do anything. I'm just kind of roll with the flow. If somebody has an idea, I'm always down for it.
Yeah. What's the best? What now? Are you online school, or do you actually go to us, or do you actually go to a school?
I do go to a school. Thankfully, because we're in Indianapolis, everybody knows, racing on some, degree. So the principal and everybody's super cool with me, leaving as long as I keep up with my work, which I try. Um, and it's awesome. I like going in person. I tried online school a couple years ago. Just wasn't my thing. I'm just not the best learner when I have to teach it to myself. Better to just sit in the class.
Yeah, fun stuff. You graduate this year, I think.
I do. I do.
Um, are you ready for that? Um,
We'll see. I try not to think about it sometimes. I know grades wise, I'm not worried about that. Passing itself, that's not a big deal. It is a little strange to think about, I guess, that this is it for high school. Um, Obviously, there will be more schooling, but it is kind of surreal. It's a weird feeling for sure.
yeah. I mean, do you want to plan to go to college and try to build a racing career at the same time?
For sure. The good thing is that my parents and family as a whole are all so supportive. They realize that, you know, in racing especially, youth is very looked upon and favorable. They realize that you can go back to college. There's people that are going back to college in their 50s and 60s, and so we want to focus on what we've been doing for all of these years. My family wants this, just as bad as I do, for sure. Um, Now, I probably will end up taking just some basic classes, online, unfortunately. Um, but just the basic stuff, knock it out. But for sure, pursue the racing dream here.
Okay. Well, let's get to know you. I like just some fun questions, Trey. How about that?
Whatever you'd like.
Okay. Um, um, what's your go-to place for food?
Oof. Fast food?
Well, there's fast
Mm,
food, there's premium fast food, and then there are sit-down restaurants.
all right. We'll work our way up. So if we're gonna go with just like fast food, like nothing crazy. Um, I'm missing it. Whataburger. It's like a southern thing. It's awesome. I it's not up here. It's not in the Midwest, and it's upsetting. But I love that place. Every time I go home, that's pretty much the first stop for me. Um, I'd say I guess premium fast food. Does Chipotle count?
That is the yeah. So
Okay.
okay, so for everybody that's wanting to know what premium fast food is, it's Chipotle, Qdoba, Five Guys, Culver, Mod Pizza or whatever. I mean,
Right. Okay. Okay.
Panera.
No, I think for sure Panera's a good one. I think I'm just gonna say Chipotle because it's easy after the gym for me to kind of go there, come somewhat keep the price down, get a lot of the food I need, the protein and the carbs for, post gym or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Chipotle on that one.
So do you live in Indianapolis?
I
Uh,
do. Yes.
I know you're from Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So
Yep.
so do you live with mom and dad, or do you live on your own?
I'm living on my own. I am staying here in a like a renta. It's like an apartment, but it's a house. We're renting it from from Davey Hamilton, the guy that we're running sprint cars with. It's just like a guest house that he's got. So we're staying out here, living by myself.
What's it like? Just it's just you.
It's awesome. I love it. I know that sometimes it would be nice to, I guess, have a roommate, but in hindsight, I like being alone. It's nice. Surprisingly, I don't. I get myself up for school every day. I've learned how to start making food and cooking for myself, with mom's help. But it's nice. I love it, and I don't think I'd rather be anywhere else.
Yeah. What's the hardest thing that you what's the hardest what was the hardest thing to learn to cook on your own?
Oh, jeez. Probably, um, probably like tacos. Now, okay, I got to explain this one. All right, because tacos seem easy. There's a way that mom made them, and I like hard shell tacos, right? So the way that she'll like cook the shells for a little bit, she used this like seasoning that she had, um, and I probably spent like an hour on the phone with her while she was trying to teach me this. At first, I'm good now, but you definitely learn how to. I think I've gotten better with like seasonings and stuff. Like even now, if I'm kind of on the go and I just can make some like ramen or something, I'll kind of season it up and make it a little better than just not so boring and plain.
Yeah. And finally, what is something people do not know about Trey Burke?
Um, right off the top of my head, which is kind of crazy because that I'm living by myself. I'm an only child, so my parents have they got me ready for this and they sent me off, and obviously I talk to mom and dad every day. I was on the phone with mom actually about an hour or two ago, but I'm an only child, and it's nice seeing them when I can, but that's probably it.
All right. Well, Trey, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us. And, we'll definitely keep you up. We'll definitely have you on again sometime. And we'll definitely keep updated on what your schedule will be like.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.